What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode, GH. Listen, Curtis. I'm sorry, but if I was Porsha, I would have knocked him upside his little bald ass head. I'm telling you, he would have had one time talk to me like that. One time, like the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? The excuses he was coming up with. Oh, we didn't consummate the marriage, so we can get an annulment. No, that's not how that works. We're not doing that either. Like, I hate that about Curtis. Every time his marriage get a little bit hard or a little bit tough, he ready to tuck tail and run. He's ready to cut, just cut and run. Every time his relationships get too complicated. Newsflash, that's marriage. That's relationships. The shit gets hard. That's what it does. That's what relationships do. They get hard at times. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Why you think you took those vows, for better or for worse? And sometimes what people need to realize when you hear that vow, for better or for worse, you got to realize sometimes for worse is bad as hell. That worst part, it can get bad. You know what I mean? But you got to fight through it. Everything's not always, you did this to me, okay, I want a divorce. No, you got to fight. Then for him to sit there and say, I don't want you, get out. I'm like, Porsha, hit him. Like, I would have just, I would have just left. I would have just filed for divorce right then and there. I sure would have. And I would have tried to take half of that nightclub. Like, I'm just saying, like, he's getting on my nerves with this, like, talking about, you've been cold towards me for weeks and you ain't been speaking to me for weeks. Fool, you ain't been talking to her either. When he found out that Trina could be his daughter and Porsha kept that from him all them years, he left. He cut and he ran. He left. He gave her the cold shoulder when that came out. Did he not? So now when it came out that he kissed his ex-wife and was trying to cuddle back up to his ex-wife and Porsha found out about that, what did she do? She was cold towards his ass. So therefore they both were cold to each other, and for good reason. He had reason to be upset with her at the time. She had reason to be upset with him. But what she's doing is she's being a wife. She's putting those differences to the side because those right now, those issues that they were having prior to him getting shot, they don't matter right now. That's not important right now. That's what a wife does. That's what a husband do. When the chips are down, you forget about what just happened. You forget about the anger. You put that shit to the back burner. And y'all focus on the right now. Y'all focus on being there for each other. That's what's important. And Curtis is getting on my nerves with this. Like, he really is. I just feel like he's not marriage material right now. He's not. He don't know what it means to be in a marriage or in a committed relationship. And I feel like he don't know how to do that because that's not what he grew up with. That's not what he know. Sometimes people do, you know what I'm saying? People don't know how to do things that they didn't see. They didn't see a representation of, that they don't know. They weren't taught. You know what I mean? So I feel like he need to go do some soul searching and go figure out what it is to be a husband. Figure out what it is to be in a marriage. Because this ain't it right here. Cutting and running every time shit get rocky and tough. That's not marriage. That's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you go a day, you go a few days where shit is bad between you and your spouse and y'all don't want to talk to each other in that moment. That's natural. You know what I'm saying? Because you need time to process. You need time to cool down. But then you come together and y'all discuss things and figure out, okay, you did this, I did that, how do we move forward? That's a marriage. That's what you're supposed to do when it get rocky. Communicate. You know what I'm saying? Don't just as soon as something bad happen, I want a divorce. No, that's not how that works. But yeah, it's like he's being totally ridiculous. I feel like he's being on this self-pity journey, thinking that his wife is only here because she pities him. Like, he's ridiculous. Sitting there, and he talking about getting out of Trina life because it's, I don't want her, I don't want to be a burden to her. Parents are supposed to take care of the kids, not the other way around. You're a damn lie. Sir, you are a damn lie. Kids take care of their parents too. The same way parents take care of their kids when they're sick or they're, having health issues and stuff. When the time comes, when a parent is sick or a parent is having health issues, it comes back tenfold. And that child wants to help you now. That doesn't mean you're a burden. You know what I'm saying? You're that person's parent. They'll jump over the moon for your ass. They'll go to 10 but 2, especially if you were a good one or something. You know what I mean? But even the bad ones. You got kids out there that don't hold that grudge. You know what I'm saying? As bad as they want to, they still help the parent even when the parent wasn't shit to them. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it firsthand. I've seen that firsthand in my family and people I know. I've seen it firsthand. You know, but he needs to get out of this self-pity thing, you know, and realize that. And I agree with Porsha. He's not the only one that has this type of injury. And there is a chance he can walk again. It's not like it's done for good. Doctors are wrong all the time. So he need to get off that self-pity train. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let your family be there for you. Stop being an ass. So anyway, moving on from that. Michael and Willow were on this episode. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a normal moment. It was a cute moment. Them sitting on the couch, you know, Willow folding clothes and Wiley coming in and whatnot. It was a cute moment. I ain't gonna say it wasn't. It was cute. It was normal. And, you know, with all the drama we got going on, it is good to see some people that, you know, are not drama. But the problem is Michael and Willow ain't never really no drama. It's like, it's just paint drying. That's the problem I have. It's like, it's just, even when they're having like a little cute family moment, it still comes off very boring. It's like, okay, do something. Y'all still sitting there talking about this girl illness and, oh, she just happy to be, you know, to be home and all. Are we still talking about this? Okay, you beat the cancer that should have killed you a year ago. You beat. I'm just saying, Willow was going through cancer longer than I've been on this damn earth. Oh my God. Like, seriously, that cancer should have been took her ass out. You know how some people say, oh, you got a guardian angel? Well, shit, she must have 20 of them because Lord knows that cancer would have been took the average person out by now. I'm sorry, let me collect myself, but damn. It's like... Oh God. Oh God. Oh my God. Let me compose myself. Every time I think about her and that cancer, I don't know what it does. It just tickle the shit out of me. It just really do. That was the longest storyline since Kingdom Come. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. That woman had cancer longer than BC. Dinosaurs was around when she got that cancer. Like, I'm just saying, like, damn woman. Like, now we still gotta sit here. Like, we had to sit here for over a year watching it. To the point. But yeah, man, that is crazy. Like, she been going through this cancer. We had to sit here and watch her for over a year go through this cancer. And at some point, it got to a point where a lot of us was just like, okay, when the cancer gonna take her? And now that she finally out of the woods, we got to sit around every day and hear this shit. I'm like, nah, I ain't about to sit around listening to her talk about her beating cancer and all. Listen, move on from that. Find y'all something else to do. So anyway, moving on from that. I love the whole Dante and Sam dynamic. I'm glad that Sam is putting two and two together about Gladys and Selena Wu. Like, Sam is putting the pieces together, trying to figure out how to connect them. You know what I mean? Like, because she know that they're connected. She just need proof. You know what I mean? Because right now it's all circumstantial. It's just her thoughts. She need actual proof. And I'm glad that she was bouncing these things off of Dante and stuff like that. Because Gladys got to be stopped. And it was funny how she mentioned it too, because let's be real, Sonny really don't give a damn about Gladys. And I agree with Sam 1,000%. Sonny tolerates Gladys. That's exactly what he does. He tolerates her. You know, for Sasha, for Mike, you know, even for Brando, he tolerated her. But other than that, Sonny, I doubt Sonny would give a damn what happens to her at this point. I don't think Sonny would really care. I was kind of surprised that Dante kind of told, you know, Sam what happened with the dead body and the fact that Dex called and stuff like that. I was surprised that he mentioned that there. Usually cops don't talk about that. You know, even with significant others, they don't really talk about their cases. But But I get why Dante was a little suspicious of that, because Sonny's people definitely are not the ones to call 911. But that should tell him that Sonny's not involved in that. You know what I'm saying? Sonny had nothing to do with that. Because why would one of Sonny's people call the cops? They would have got rid of the body before anybody even found it. You know what I'm saying? So that rules Sonny out right there. But I can get why it's baffling to Dante and stuff like that, because things that don't make sense is baffling to anybody. You know, I was happy because just that moment, and it's kind of funny too, when Sam mentioned that Molly was in an accident and stuff like that, I said, okay, so we gonna do that to HP? We gonna bring up accidents? I see what y'all did, writers. I see it. Y'all not slick. I was all happy watching them get ready to canoodle, and then of course banging on the door, here come Cody. I'm like, why you always gotta ruin the moment, Cody? Like, my whole thing is, I would have punched him in his chest. Like, you gonna come bang on the door late at night, knowing that they got kids that's upstairs probably sleep, and you gonna sit here banging on the door like you ain't got no good sense? Like, sir, what is your problem? Cody done lost his little damn mind. And my thing is, why check himself out the hospital to rant about Sasha? It's like, sir, you obviously are not fit to be out of the hospital. And there's nothing he can do to help Sasha at this point. There's nothing he can do. So you might as well just stay your ass at the hospital and recuperate and worry about Sasha, you know, when you get better. Again, there's nothing he can do about it. He better be glad Sam and Dante took pity on his behind and allowed him to stay. Because I would have told him to kick rocks, banging on the door when his kid's up in there. What's wrong with you? Lost his little mind. So anyway, moving on from that. Jocelyn and Dex. Ugh. That was a scene I didn't need. I was so disappointed in Dex. Like, did he not read the mob handbook? Like, sir, why are you telling her all these details? Yeah, well, I found a dead body. I called it in. I was following Austin. Why are you telling her all of these things? Well, Sonny had me following. Why are you telling her these things? Shut your mouth. She don't need to know none of this stuff. None of it. Why are you telling her this stuff? Like, are you dumb? Like, you know what I'm saying? Then she told me, oh, I hope Dante didn't harass you. First of all, Dante was doing his job asking questions. Somebody calls in a dead body, he's going to ask you questions, duh, because you're the one that found the body. That's not harassment. That's called doing his damn job, Jocelyn. And furthermore, when Dex was like, oh, you know, he's just being protective and stuff like that of Sonny and of her. Dex, why are you sitting there lying? Dante was not asking you questions because he's protective of her. He don't give a damn about Jocelyn. Well, I'm not going to say he don't care about her. He does. But not everything people do regarding you is about Jocelyn. Trust me, it's not about her. I don't know why you said that. I guess to make her feel better or whatever. But it ain't about her. It never is. It's not about her. Like, stop trying to make her feel like she's important. Oh, I don't need protection. Okay, good. Because Dante wasn't giving it, sweetie. He wasn't giving you protection. He was doing his job. He was asking questions because that's what detectives do. They ask questions, dodo bird. He wasn't thinking about your little ass. She really irks my soul. Like, Jocelyn annoys me to my core. Like, she really do. You know, at the end of the day, Dex need to zip his mouth and throw away the key. Like, stop telling her these things. Obviously, Sonny wants her nowhere near his business. She don't need to know what's going on. Stop telling her this shit. Like, what is wrong with you? And of course, they had sex or whatever on that little dinky couch or wherever. Moving on from that. I am so freaking happy that Ava told Sonny everything. I am so glad. Like, thank God it's all out in the open. He knows everything. I like that little chuckle he had when she was telling him about Nicholas and stuff. I would have laughed too, because damn it, it's funny. I would have laughed. But, you know, Sonny was cool. Sonny was like, listen, I got this. He said, I'm going to take care of it. Don't worry about it. I love it, because I know that was a huge relief on Ava's part to finally be able to tell somebody other than Austin about what the hell going on. I wonder, though, who Sonny was on that. I mean, I know he was on the phone with one of his people, but he was like, oh, find this person. I need you to find somebody dead or alive. You know, preferably alive, but if they're dead, that's fine. I'm like, is he going to send somebody to look for Nicholas? I'm guessing. Maybe. Because, I mean, it is in Ava's best interest if Nicholas comes back alive, of course, even though he on life support at this point. He hooked up to a bunch of machines. But at least she wouldn't go to prison for murder. I would have never thought in a billion years Sonny would try to help Ava. But then again, we all know it's about Avery. But I'm glad she told him. It's about time, because that's a huge burden. And, it's time for Sonny to handle business, handle Mason. So anyway, that's pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought. And I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.